In this video series, I'm going to show you how you can set up an e-commerce store for your downloadable products. Now, the great thing about this is that you're going to use all free resources, and there are some paid resources you can use to upgrade it if you want to go a little further with it. By default, it comes with PayPal standard integration, shopping cart, and everything that you need to get it going. So what we're going to be using is WordPress and a free plugin. Now in this first video, I'm just going to go over the WordPress installation process. So if you already know how to install WordPress, you can skip this video and go straight to video 2. Okay, so let's get started with WordPress. We're going to go to wordpress.org and we're going to download WordPress. Okay, so now we'll download the most recent version of WordPress. And we're going to download it in zip format here. So click here. And we'll save. Okay, so it's downloaded there. Let's cancel this. I accidentally hit it twice, so cancel. Now let's go open up our folder. Now what we want to do is unzip what we just downloaded. So I'm going to right click on here, and you can use extract all that's built into Windows. I'm going to go to 7-zip, which is a free program I downloaded, and then I'm going to do extract files. Click OK. Let's let that finish. Okay, so inside this folder now is the WordPress directory, and inside that are all of our WordPress files. So now what we're going to do is upload this to our server. So of course you're going to need to have hosting and a domain name before you can install this. Okay, so let's open up FileZilla. FileZilla is an FTP client that you can download for free, and it lets you upload your files to your server from your computer. So I'm going to open up FileZilla here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to connect to our server here. So to do that, you put in your host name, which is your domain name, username and password for your hosting account, or you can go to the site manager and you can put the information in there, and then it's there whenever you want it. So I'm just going to connect up here. Okay, so on the left side panel here, this is our files on our computer. On the right side, this is our server. So if I were to upload into here, they would be visible on the internet. So what I want to do here is I want to create a directory, and I'm going to call this, I'll just call it download products. Okay, but you would usually put this in a directory that makes some sense there, but this is just where I'm going to install it. So it'll be my domain name, thebestinfo.info / download products. That's where it's going to be visible on the internet. So now I go in here and I select all. Control A will select everything. Right click and upload. Okay, so now we need to wait for that. Next thing we're going to do while we're waiting for that is go to our control panel, and we're going to create a database. Okay, so I'm showing you this on cPanel hosting. You may be using a different kind of hosting, but there will be a way to create a database. So I'm going to just use the database wizard here. And then I'm just going to name the database here. So we'll call it dstore. Next step. Now what we need to do is create a username for the database. So I'm just going to call it the same thing. So dstore. And then we'll use a password generator. So I'm just going to copy this. I have copied to a safe place. Click use password and create the user. And we want all privileges. And next step. And there, we have it done. So now what I'm going to do is open up a notepad session to save all this. Okay, so here I'll put password. And that's the password that we used. And then this user, and database. We need this information for our install. That's why we're taking it down now. So here's the database. Now they happen to be named the same in this case, but usually you're going to not want to do that. I'm just doing it for this demo. Okay, so there's a database name, our username, and our password. Okay, now let's go back and have a look, see our download process. Okay, so we still got a ways to go, so we'll just let this finish. Okay, so just finishing up here. So look at the bottom here and make sure that everything was successfully transferred. If you have anything in failed transfers, you can just select it again and re-upload it. Okay, so now we're done there. So the next thing you're going to want to do is we're going to want to run the installer. So to do that, what we do is we put the URL to our new install into the browser bar here and go to that site. Okay, so the first thing that comes up is it wants us to create a configuration file, so just click on that. Okay, and then it tells you need a database name, username, password, database host, and table prefix. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so our database name is here, so we'll grab this, put it in here. Okay, we go back and get our username, which I know is the same. Password. Okay, host name. You can get that from phpMyAdmin. So this will be where your databases are. You'll see phpMyAdmin, so go in there. Okay, and then right at the top here, this is your database host, so it's localhost. And that's usually going to be what it is. So that's correct here. And then the table prefix, don't leave it as WP for security reasons. So let's call this DS. So it's DS underscore. Submit. Okay, so run the install. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put in the site title. So we'll say my download store. Our username. Don't use admin. So let's say dstore. Of course, anything you want. Here you'd want to use a secure password. And it'll give you a strength indicator here. Okay, anyway, try and get something there that is a little stronger. Okay, down here, put in an email address. This one is the email address that the product emails will go out from. It'll also send you some information to that product or to that email address once your install is done. And then allow search engines to index this site. You may want to turn this off while you're in progress and then turn it on later. I'll just leave it on. So let's install WordPress. Okay, and let's log in. And log in. And there it is. We're now into our WordPress blog and it's all installed.